Hey everybody, thanks for watching. On this episode of Crazy Cody's Creatures, I'll be showing you animals from the Georgia Aquarium. The Georgia Aquarium is the world's second largest aquarium and is home to over 100,000 animals. First up are these funky-shaped beluga whales. I was fascinated by their love handles, which is believed to help them steer while swimming. They are an Arctic and subarctic whale species that are born gray and gradually turn white at around 7 years for females and 9 years for males. Captive breeding programs for belugas have had little success, so most of the beluga whales you see in captivity are taken from the wild. An animal that has had a lot of captive breeding success is the jackass penguin, also known as the African penguin. These clever creatures are found on the southwest coast of Africa, and as you can see, can be quite the escape artist. The aquarium staff had to add extra layers of plexiglass to keep this little homie from breaking out, but he's still giving it a try. Next up is the southern sea otter. Unlike other marine mammals, sea otters don't have blubber and rely on their extremely thick fur coats to keep themselves warm. They have the densest fur of any animal, which makes them particularly vulnerable to oil spills. The oil mats their coat and causes them to die of hypothermia and organ failure after they attempt to clean themselves of the toxic substance. These cute and playful little guys are also known for playing with their cute little guys. To see more of this otter masturbating, and I know you do, I will leave a link at the end of this video. Here is the tufted puffin, which is the black bird with the thick bright orange beak sitting on the rock. The pigeon guillemot, the black bird with the white wings and orange feet swimming in the water, and the common murres that have the white bellies and black backs standing in the back of the enclosure. Check out these beautiful leafy sea dragons. Their strange growths act as camouflage, much like my pants and bathroom decor. And speaking of camouflage, look at these fish looking like seagrass on the floor. Unfortunately, the Georgia Aquarium doesn't label all the fish that they have in their aquariums. There are some labels, usually for the larger fish or the more abundant fish that they have, but for the most part, none of these tanks are labeled at all, so you're just there enjoying the fish, not knowing what they are. That fish there is a lionfish. Here's a group of fish having themselves a meeting, talking about all the people that are taking pictures of them and wondering why they can't walk around and they gotta spend all their time swimming in this tank. There was an eel in those rocks there, chilling out. Here's another eel telling all the other fish to get off his lawn. Those are his rocks, not yours. There's also this pufferfish that was clearly late for some sort of business meeting as he quickly got out of the way. Some other creatures that the aquarium houses are jellyfish, or as they call them, jellies. These guys here are different types of stinging nettles. Now, if you are stung by a jellyfish, do not pull an R. Kelly and have people start peeing all over you. You need to put vinegar on it, not pee-pee. Vinegar will help, pee-pee will make it worse. Also, if you're able to pull the stingers out with tweezers, do that as well. That will help relieve the burning. But vinegar good, pee-pee bad. Here you can see a clownfish in some anemones. Or, as everyone walking by called him, Finding Nemo. Which, his name is Nemo. Finding Nemo was the name of the movie. The clownfish in the movie is just named Nemo. This hermit crab here, or as I like to call him, Mr. Krabs, because he was also not labeled, is walking around trying to find his millionth dollar inside of all of these rocks. Here, we can see Patrick Starr's family reunion in this nice touch tank that they had. Who knew they really were pink starfish out there? These guys are real big too, how cool are they? There was this fish too, who seemed to be lagging out for some reason and just swimming into the wall like he couldn't see. Here are some king crabs. You may have seen them at your local Chinese market. Not the whole thing, just the legs. That one there in the middle actually had a clutch of eggs. You can see it was fanning them to make sure they were getting enough oxygen in order for them to stay healthy. They also had a wide variety of freshwater fish, such as these two emerald tetras that were fighting over this little pad. That one clearly won since the other one swam away. These here are African cichlids. Some of them are frontoses. You may have seen these at a local PetSmart, since PetSmart carries all sorts of crazy African cichlids. None of them are too rare, all of them are pretty common. Here is a sturgeon. You can see he's the big fish swimming on through. This was their freshwater exhibit, which this was really cool, the native freshwater fish, because most of these tanks are actually above your head, like this one here, so you can see the underside of what a bass looked like. They had some carp with their big ugly faces, and some alligator gars, which are really, really cool fish. They're really elongated, and they have a long mouth like an alligator. These here are rainbow fish that come from Australia. That was a very pretty tank with all the plants in there and the good lighting. This here is a tank of brackish water fish. Has one of my favorite fish of all time in it, the archer fish. That's this guy here. Now what he can do is he can spit water out of his mouth and knock small bugs and flies off of sticks that are walking by. They'll fall in the water and he's able to eat them. These are some of the biggest red-bellied piranhas I've ever seen in my life. A lot of them are beat up because obviously they're piranhas and they go around trying to eat everything that they can. This here is a freshwater stingray touch tank. I've never seen a freshwater touch tank before. This was really cool. And we got some mud skippers and some bumblebee gobies. Those little black things in the water. Mud skippers are cool because they can actually come out of the water, just like that. They also had my favorite, turtles. I like turtles. That's a yellow belly slider there swimming in the water. They had some red-eared sliders and a river cooter. That's the big guy in the back sitting. And if you could see underneath them a little bit, there's a razorback musk turtle that just kind of perched up underneath him. He kind of looks like a rock. They also had alligator snapping turtles. These guys are the largest freshwater turtle in North America, and they don't leave the water too often. You can see he just got to stick a little bit of his nose out of the water in order for him to breathe. If you're going to have alligator snapping turtles, you might as well have alligators. These guys were juvenile American alligators. I tried getting them to call for me, but they didn't. They make a noise that goes like, and that's how they vocalize to one another. Monica also found some frog eggs on this leaf. The main attraction of the Georgia Aquarium is the Ocean Voyager exhibit, where you can see the world's largest ray, the manta ray. Here, it is performing a backflip to filter feed through the sand. With a wingspan of 2 Michael Jordans, or 13 feet, for those of you that don't know how tall Michael Jordan is, this manta ray is massive. This is one of the world's largest single aquatic exhibits. It contains 6.3 million gallons of water. The most breathtaking creature in this tank is the world's largest fish, the whale shark. The Georgia Aquarium is home to 4 whale sharks that were wild caught and brought over by UPS from Taiwan. Little is known about these mysterious creatures, but like most sharks, the 2 males have claspers while the 2 females do not. They are absolutely gigantic, and their mouths alone are over 5 feet wide, but their esophagus is only the width of a quarter. They are filter feeders and eat plankton. They pose no danger to humans, but unfortunately, we are a danger to them. Due to overhunting, pollution, and being hit by boats, the whale shark is an endangered species. Thank you for watching this video. Please let me know what you think about it, the Georgia Aquarium, beluga whales, whale sharks, and any other creatures that were shown. And if you want to see more masturbating otters, click the video in the bottom right of the screen.